Hello, everybody. How's everyone doing this morning? Chris Wood here, November 5th, 2022. Just came on for a few minutes to say hello to anybody who may be out there. And I wanted to say I hope everybody is having a good day. And in the process, I also wanted to say congratulations to William Bill Wooldridge, last known use name, 149 Center Street North, Napanee, Ontario, to Jay Van Alstyne, to Tyler Lake, to Blair Hardy, and to the rest of the drug-fed, money-paid O.P.P, Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police co-offenders. You, Spencer Mills, 14716, you are guilty of murder. You are guilty of murder in the first degree. You are guilty of murder premeditated, conspired. You are guilty of my identity theft through your boyfriend, or through your boss, I mean, Billy Wooldridge, 149 Center Street North. Ex-chief or commander, now O.P.P commissioner, you are guilty of murder. You left just in time for your position when you went by back in 2019 in your white Jeep Wrangler, and you waved at me and I waved back at my previous address, and you and the guy in the black truck with the black hair pointed something at me and shot it, and it went into my right ear. That is when all my problems started. Medical problems, lies, time buying, cover-ups, arrest refusals, and everything else on me. 3 years of medical blacklisting, medical treatment refusals, medical discrimination by co-offending with criminal negligence through Dr. Tatiana V., Lennox and Addington County General Hospital. The file falsifier and medical blacklist are the one that assures that STACEY's victims does not, STACEY and O.P.P's and Billy Wooldridge and Blair Hardy's victims do not get medical help or be taken serious of the crimes that are being taken place against them. I am the victim, and also she is also, Dr. Tatiana is also STACEY's girlfriend. As well, there's Joy Hadley, there's Dr. Waldron, Dr. Barton, Dr. Pritchard, Dr. McGregor. They've used to discriminate against me a Dr. Sue, a Dr. Fardell, and a Dr. Ambimbola. There's triage nurse Terry, triage nurse Tanya, triage nurse David, and Fat Paladin security guard. There is the untouchables, the unarrestables, guilty of drug trafficking, guilty of murders, guilty of attempted murder, guilty of injuring, torturing, kidnapping, sex assaults, guilty of false arrests to deflect crimes against me. Once again, Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police, Spencer Mills, 14716. Staff sergeants, whether there or not, ex-chief or commander, now O.P.P commissioner, Shannon CORK, Robert Kane, Robert Lucas, a woman from mental health named Stacey, was Daily Tea Company here in Napanee, now Kingston, mental health and addictions. There is a Shelley HAFFNER or HAFFNER. She is guilty of arranging my kidnapping back May 27th, 2021 through false pretenses of incompetency bullshit. And that was in an attempt to shut me up That was in an attempt to get me kept so I would not be talking and showing what I am showing, and by whom, how, and why, meaning my identity theft, my identity changes, and how it is being done to me. O.P.P are human traffickers, human sex trade slavery traffickers. They are using what is called remote neuromonitoring on their victims, which is a nanomicrochip implant that's been in use since the 60s, and it is for a person's central nervous system to enable them invasive surveillance on their victims and also to cause serious body and brain damage to their victims. I am having this used on me by probably 30, 40 different people at any given time. The main ones, though, that are doing it are Jason Van Alstyne, aka Two Step. He is also guilty of being involved with the death or murder of Jack Clark here in Napanee, Ontario. Back a year or two ago, he is also he's also Hell's Angel, or he's also Bandito under Blair Hardy, and he is staying and hiding, hanging out with a guy named Ray Ray, a person here in Napanee that lives on East Street and has a deaf white pit bull. He is a child groomer, and his roommate Sam is a female sex offender. I have been going through this for 3 years. I am the victim of identity theft. I am the victim of injuring, torturing, medical blacklisting, lies, time buying, cover ups, arrest refusals except for on O.P.P victims, and Blair Hardy and Billy Wooldridge victims. They are also guilty of stalking my mother and using remote neuromonitoring on her back in 2020. And as a result, it caused tumors, it caused cancer, and it caused her death. And it was with intent to do this to me. This is revenge retaliation on me from O.P.P for me speaking of their crimes. The human homeless trafficking out of the Morning Star mission here in Napanee at the time, and the homeless exploitation for monetary gains. Also using the income tax clinic and getting people's financial information and then going around and passing it around to different people and kicking them out of the mission. Ones that knew what was taking place there, and the ones that could actually speak up and tell of the crimes that were being committed. The ones that get paid $300 a day, they are highly protected, they are highly unarrestable because who they own the police here. Billy Wooldridge owns the police because he is Hell's Angels, Ontario chapter leader, allegedly, or captain. He is also a sex offender, a rat informant. He is also the boss to Wellington, Ontario Provincial Police, and as well because I believe he is from Picton, Ontario. He is a serious psychotic, delusional piece of shit. I believe his proper last name is not Wooldridge, but DELAROSBIL. Possibly has a sister named Kim that lives here in Napanee at 34 Water Street. That is where he was living. I'm not saying with that Kim, but he was living at 34 Water Street here in Napanee, which is Queen Elizabeth Apartments. After I got his picture, he went into hiding and he reappeared living back at 149 Center Street North. Not sure what name he is using now bald, goatee, and glasses. He was told he's 70, 71, 72 years old, excuse me, and he was actually told that me and him were switched at birth. I am 50 years old. How is that possible? But he believes it. He also thinks that he is my dad. We are not related in any way, shape, or form. I am very well aware of who my dad is, you delusional piece of shit, but he had that put into his head by Spencer Mills and by Stacy, knowing how delusional he is and believing it. He is a drug trafficker. He is a serious psychotic meth head and a heroin addict. There is also another guy here named Mike. He is homeless. He lives in a tent or a trailer. He is a fentanyl dealer and a fentanyl addict, along with Bert Hustler and Maggie Falls, who is a pill pusher, drug trafficker, and undercover, conveniently works with and for Robert Can Fuck, Can Kill, Can Get Away With It, Money Badge Family Town Council, proving 100% right. And the worst part is I live maybe 50 feet away from him through my back door. I have to go, I'm going through dumbed down on a daily basis in hopes that I'm not talking about this, in hopes that I forget about it. And they are also using remote neuro monitoring on my animal as well, on my dog, causing serious harm to him and damage as well. My full right side is completely screwed from my skull being split. I've been right brain lobotomized. I have absolutely no feeling or stimulation in my head anymore. When I'm having these pieces of shit use the R&M on me, all I get is button clicking in my left ear now. My face and my skull has been seriously deformed to about 50 different shapes and sizes. It's been rounded out, it's been shortened, it's been flattened, it's been elongated, it's been widened. And it is from me being internally injured from the remote neuro monitoring and all these pieces of shit using it on me and completely deforming me. I also have air going through my damn body. I'm having air being pumped through my body. And when Jabin Allstein and the rest of the garbage are using this on me, their urine and feces is going through my body. No joking. Their urine and feces is going through my body, and my stomach has been completely mutilated from these pieces of shit over the past 3 years using this on me. My food and everything else no longer goes to my left side, to my stomach. It goes to my right side. I would go to the hospital telling them that my head is swelling up and that I have no feeling and it's numb, and they were just putting it down as me having a headache or thinking that I was on drugs. I do not do drugs. I am against them. I've lost too many friends and family from drugs. I, at one point in time, did do them. Not that I have to explain myself, but I, at one point in time, did do them. I'm not perfect. And I overdosed from them back in 2012. And I'm actually glad that it happened because that was my wake-up call. That was my wake-up call, and after that, I became very spiritual. I became, I started to learn how to actually heal myself. I was bettering myself mentally and physically and doing good. And then all of a sudden, after me speaking of the police crimes and me being shot in the ear back in 2019, and all the problems began against me, even right down to being falsely arrested to keep me away from help, to keep me away from the hospital. I'm no longer on my consciousness right now, Blair Hardy. You are fucking filth. You are nothing but a delusional piece of shit garbage. You are lucky that you are Spencer Mills's boyfriend. You are lucky that you are banditos and you are untouchable. All of these pieces of shit garbage, they're getting paid $300 a day through the police, and they are getting all the free drugs of their choice, convenience from Spencer Mills, Drug Cop 14716, and Robert Kane, Drug Cop, who they work with and for. I've had no association with any O.P.P except for them committing these crimes against me. The reason they even had me falsely arrested was in an attempt to give me a record and to try to criminalize me and to deflect their crimes against me, what they're doing. And I will not be proven wrong on that. I've been trying for 3 years to get arrested. I've been surrounded by hands-on guns, by O.P.P, to prevent anything. Like I said, kidnapped 24 hours after asking for help, falsely arrested to deflect crimes on me and to prevent arresting and charging of Wooldridge and Hardy and everybody else, including the doctors involved. They've taken my human rights, they've taken my medical rights, they've taken my legal rights. I'm basically being kept a fucking prisoner in my own house because of all of these pieces of shit broadcasting through me and doing this to me 24/7 in hopes to numb me down and completely and totally fuck me up mentally in every way, shape, and form, while they're sitting back like Pontius Pilate, masturbating, getting off, watching me having this happen to me. Jabin Allstein, you will pay for this, you little piece of shit. Two-step garbage motherfucker. Make no mistake about it, just because you suck off O.P.P, you suck off cops and you own them, you will not get away with what you're doing. And same with you, Tyler Lake, and same with you, Jabin Allstein, or Blair Hardy, and Tyler Lake, and Billy Wooldridge, whether you are Hells Angels, Banditos, or not. You are human traffickers, you are identity thieves, you are financial thieves, you're highly psychotic, stalking, homosexual goofs. And I have nothing against gay people. I have friends that are, so that's not hate in any way, shape, or form. And I don't want anybody to think that. I'm the end of my bloodline, and I am an identity theft victim. I am a revenge retaliation victim. I also have prisoner tracking on me illegally, plus the remote narrow monitoring on me for the surveillance and watching me. I am surveillance for Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police illegally through the R&M. They see everything I do through my eyes. They hear everything I hear through my ears. I have absolutely no feeling in my head from being damaged. None. Absolutely no fucking feeling whatsoever. So damage is done. You got away with stealing my fucking identity. You got away with mentally injuring me, and you're gonna get away with this, including killing my mother, Spencer Mills, through your boss, your little bitch boyfriend, Blair Hardy, and Billy Wooldridge. And one way or another, I am going to file murder charges on Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police, whether it does any good or not. And I'm going to file murder charges on Lennox and Addington County General Hospital doctors for their involvement in aiding for 3 years in O.P.P crimes and their boss, Billy Wooldridge. And one way or another, I am going to see you in jail in handcuffs or in a psych ward for the rest of your natural life, Billy Wooldridge of 149 Center Street North. Same with you, Blair Hardy and Tyler Lake, you little bitch boy. And same with you, Jabin Allstein, you little bitch boy. And Ray and Sam and Michelle, Allie Cooper, Bucktooth Bob, aka Robert Berry, Curtis, Sarah, the obese woman that lives on the corner of Center Street and Thomas Street, side door entrance, which is a crack shack. That's another place where they all hang out doing their drugs and passing this around on me. There's also a psychotic named Isaac. There's another fat slob here. He is homeless. He rides around on a BMX and sometimes a mountain bike. Always wears his hat backwards. He walks with a little bit of a hump in his back. He's scruffy. He's homeless. He used to sleep in the Royal Bank. and he has meth scabs all over his face. There's another guy here. He has real thick black glasses. He rides around on a BMX bike. He has black hair, and he, in the summertime, always wears wife beater shirts. I know that's a lot of people here in town. He's also used remote neuro monitoring on me as well, hanging out with Tyler and Isaac and the rest of them on Bridge Street. I'm getting air pumped through my fucking body. I have no feeling in my body. All of these bastards are using me to broadcast through me, to numb me down, to dumb me down. They're financial thieves. If hoping that I will, by broadcasting through me, so they can try to get my banking information and all my financial shit for this identity theft and fraud as well. For not financial thefts and frauds, that's what Blair Hardy is. He was collecting welfare checks while not living in my building that I am living in now. So he's probably doing it to 4 or 5 other places as well, along with Jabin Allstein and Tyler Lake. There's Shelley Barchet, Tyler's mother. There's Holly Carlisle as well, his woman. They're using remote neuro monitoring as well through their dogs. You're fucking animal abusers as well. You have animals, you do not deserve them. O.P.P, you are guilty of domestic terrorism. You are guilty of sex assaults. You are guilty of murdering an entire fucking bloodline for your revenge, retaliation, and using psychotic pieces of shit garbage and tech that not very many people are aware of and know about, to injure people, to cause memory losses, to cause brain damages in your victims, body mutilations. Well, you sit back watching it all happen, gonna play Pontius Pilate, acting like you are, you know, Pontius Pilate, the hand washing. And that's what that's about. I'm not taking a fall for Billy Wooldridge. I am not taking a fall for Blair Hardy. I'm not taking a fall for Jabin Allstein or Tyler Lake or any other meth-fed, drug-fed, money-paid co-offender doing this to me. I have been talking about this, whom, how, and why since this all started. And I have been 100% consistent with everything. You are lying garbage, lies against me, stating I have a long criminal record and history, which is not true in any way, shape, or form. And you fucking well better prove it. Long lies against me, stating I have a long psychological record and history. I've never been in any one of those places, including jail. And that lie needs to be answered for by the ones that cast it, along with the ones that cast the lie about me about being a suicidal self-harmer as well. 100% bullshit lie. I am about life. I've been trying to save my life. I've been trying to get help. If I was suicidal, I wouldn't tell anybody. I would just go ahead and do it. So that's 100% bullshit in every way, shape, and form. And I am not a self-harmer, you lying bitch, Tatiana. Stacey really put a lot of garbage in your head to get your help to medically blacklist me to help her in her murders. And one way or another, every single doctor at that hospital, you will be in handcuffs. Outside cops need to come in and arrest people because it will not be done here in Napanee by O.P.P. They are too corrupt and they are too organized criminal and they are too involved. Billy Wooldridge, or one known as Billy Wooldridge from 149 Center Street North, he was stalking children every single day at Tim Hortons for the ex-chief or commander, now O.P.P. commissioner, for child sex slavery trafficking, for pedophilia, and using the remote neuro monitoring on them for invasive surveillance. so you can watch them naked, so all the pedophiles can sit around looking at children and masturbating, getting off on it, as well as the sex offending perverts using it on adults, men and women. It's being used on others here. There might be people that not are aware of it, but it is damn well being used on other victims as well. Guaranteed. How do you think O.P.P never are committing their crimes and never and always getting away with them? It's not because they're not committing them. It's just because they are using this fucking tech. They are swiping memories. This is how they are committing human trafficking. This is how they are committing identity thefts. This is how they are committing framing victims. This is how they are murdering victims. Good job it's here in Napanee, and you got other police to help you, Spencer Mills, and cover up your crimes and co-commit with you, along with the doctors here, along with the justice of the peace to make accusations against your victims and refuse arrests on anybody, stating that they're high on marijuana, being sodomized and ripped open. Okay, I don't think so. If I'm gonna look like Blair Hardy, I might as well just friggin' if I'm going through this identity, I might as well just throw on some lipstick and makeup and start wearing a dress. I have, like I said, alls I feel right now is like an electric halo, and the whole right side of my head is completely filled up with something. And I do have their feces and urine going through my body. It is decaying my body. And all of this could be proven if they were arrested and forced to also do urine samples and all of this as well. If I share any DNA with Billy Wooldridge, or the one known as Billy Wooldridge, or with Tyler Lake, or with Jay Van Alstyne, or with Ray Ray, or with anybody else involved other than my direct Wood family, yeah, I'm gonna tell you straight up, you're fucked. You will be more screwed than what you can ever imagine, and and that is not a threat, and because you are police, you are not above the law. You may think you are because you're badge and gun, and you have a lot of people to back you up while you're buying time, only arresting your victims. And with that being said, anybody that has had any run-ins or dealings with Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police, I would fight it under the grounds that they are organized criminals, under the grounds they are corrupt, under the grounds they are human traffickers, and they are guilty of murders and attempted murders. They are guilty of kidnappings and sex assaults. So I would definitely fight it. They are guilty of false fake arrests to criminalize victims in an attempt to justify their crimes and to be above suspicion of the crimes that they are committing on their victims, whom, how, and why, and also using their untouchables. Wow. This is done because I no longer feel my consciousness. I no longer feel anything of myself. So Blair Hardy is serious psychotic garbage. He used to ride around Napanee, drive around Napanee with a Mercedes, in a white Mercedes, and he probably made his money through drug trafficking and through human trafficking. Hello for anybody that's just tuning in. I hope you're having a good weekend, having a good day. I'm just sitting here having my coffee. And being seriously numbed down and being injured and not being able to do a damn thing about it. Let this be a lesson. Families of murdered and missing. It is Lennox and Edmonton, Ontario Provincial Police. Human trafficking. Lennox and Edmonton, Ontario Provincial Police. Any homicides, kidnapping, sex assaults, do not go. It is Ontario Provincial Police, and do not go to Lennox and Addington County General Hospital, and especially report this crime being done to you, or report that it was done by police, because they are co-offenders. They will be involved in laughing in your face, and they will be involved in helping cover up crimes with and for themselves and the police here. They've been doing it to me for 3 years, and I can prove it. I have proven it. They exist here just for that. So be careful, like the ones named, even right down to the fat paladin security guard. Dr. McGregor, Dr. Waldron, Dr. Pritchard, Dr. Barton. Especially Dr. Tatiana, who is Stacy's girlfriend, and Joy Hadley. And then the triage nurses, Terry, David, and Tanya, they're all co-committers with O.P.P, and their boss that they're working for, Blair Hardy and Billy Wooldridge. When you're committing serious crimes and aiding in felonies with inmates, and then having your victims charged to keep them away from the hospital, to keep them away from medical help, and then having them falsely charged to deflect crimes that they are guilty of against their victims, using your credentials. The police here, they make their money through organized crime, through selling drugs, through selling children, through selling adults, through identity thefts, through homicides. You use just the right psychotics to do this to me. After 3 years, it's done. I'm not taking a fall for Billy Wooldridge. I'm not taking a fall for Tyler Lake, who also sucks penis. It is what it is, right, bitch boy? Jay Van Alstyne, you little goof. And I'm being turned into somebody that's calling people names. I'm being turned into somebody that can barely think or talk. And this is not me. And it's no excuse in any way, shape, or form. And I'm certainly not making one. That's from me being injured and being broadcasted through constantly, 24/7, having all of these people do this to me. I do not hear voices, so it's not schizophrenia in any way, no mental illness. No voices, no hallucinations, no delusions thinking I'm somebody I'm not, no multiple personalities, I'm one person. But I have many living through me criminally through what is called the remote neuromonitoring, and I have proven its existence and how it is operated and what it is used for. And O.P.P and their little bastards are using it here in Napanee, being passed around, using it criminally for sexual purposes, for surveillance, illegal surveillance purposes. for human trafficking purposes, for framing and identity theft purposes. And all of these people are conveniently untouchable and unarrestable. They can implicate others, so they can't have that getting out that they are holding their positions and committing these kind of crimes and getting away with them. As it stands right now, Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police is guilty of probably, with the Lennox and Addington doctors, Blair Hardy, Tyler Lake, Jabin Allstein, Ray, Billy Wooldridge, are all guilty of probably the biggest crime in Napanee history. Doing this to me. Committing complete fucking identity theft. Completely and totally using tech to deform people. Completely and totally mutilating them and having them medically blacklisted to prevent help and to prevent proof of the crimes that I know that have taken place with me. So that's what that's about. All preventing proof. Buying time, that's what you're good at. You did it for Russell Williams when he was murdering victims with and for you, who you were still friends with. Yes, O.P.P are friends with Russell Williams, still serial killer. And they were not watching out for him. They were his watch outs, looking out for him to make sure he was succeeded in his work and his job when he was murdering and raping. Billy Wooldridge is also allegedly associated to him too. And the piece of shit Russell Williams is actually guilty of murdering somebody close, that is close to me, that is family to me, that was family to them. I'm not going to say names. And now Billy Wooldridge conveniently lives right very, very close to, I wonder if he was involved with that homicide that happened in Tweed. Spencer Mills is a serial killer, and if nobody is arrestable and nobody can answer or pay for anything, then everything that happens to me or will happen to me as a result of me having all my rights taken and not being able to get help is all Spencer Mills. It's all on him. Murders, my identity theft, my kidnapping, my sex assault, all Spencer Mills 14716. If nobody else, and I can't even get badge numbers for staff sergeants. They conveniently never had a chief or commissioners around O.P.P, and I recorded it. They were doing that yesterday to obstruct, just not wanting to give me any information. So, done 100% to obstruct. Just like the Justice of the Peace here in Napanee needs to be investigated for organized crime and needs to be investigated for corruption. The Attorney General of Canada or somebody needs to step in and investigate. I know that nobody will come in from outside and help with what has taken place because Toronto police themselves are human traffickers. RCMP, Royal Canadian Mounted Police, are human traffickers. CSIS, Canadian Spy Agency, guilty of human trafficking for the purpose of terrorism. O.P.P, Lennox and Addington County, Napanee, Ontario, human trafficking. And Wellington, Ontario Provincial Police, possibly human trafficking with and for them through Billy Wooldridge, or one known as Billy Wooldridge. Might be kind of hard to see. I don't know if that was seen or not, but that is actually Jason Benalstein, and he especially also needs to be arrested, and he needs to be charged for attempted homicide in the first degree. And I know exactly where he's hiding out with Ray Ray, along with Blair Hardy. You fucking goof. I'm not taking a fall for you because you are an obsessed homosexual Blair Hardy, along with Jabin Allstein and Billy Wooldridge. How much did you sell me for, O.P.P? How much did you buy me for, Blair Hardy? And how much did they give you for my homicide and their revenge, besides the $300 a day, the freedom, the protection, and all the drugs you want and need because you are their boss, and also co-offender, and their means for their revenge and homicides through knowing inmates and knowing psychotic pieces of shit garbage that they can very well, you're pawns. You do realize that, right? Every one of you people are nothing but pawns to O.P.P for doing this to me. They're playing Pontius Pilate to wash their hands and using you to commit their crimes. So you are nothing but pawns. You do realize that, right? You mean nothing to these fuckers. You might think it, but you mean nothing to them. You are a means to their crimes. And when the time comes, you will go down for them. Make no mistake, you will go down for O.P.P for the crimes you're committing with and for them, whether you like it or not. So, you enjoy that little game of chess, little pawns. Why do you think they're using people that are so mentally fucked? Why do you think they're using scumbag junkies like Jabin Allstein, like Blair Hardy, like Billy Wooldridge, like Tyler Lake, and the rest of them? Others that do have actual serious mental problems and criminal history and records, because you are a means for them and you are pawns once again. Okay, I've been going on for 45 minutes now, so I just wanted to come on basically to say congratulations, and this is done. And one way or another, everybody involved, including you, Blair Hardy, including you, Billy Wooldridge, including you, Tyler Lake, including you, Jabin Allstein, Ray Ray, and the rest, I will see you in jail. I will see you in cuffs. I will see you in prison. I'm 50 years old and I'm going through this by people that are, what, 30? They're using me to feed off of me. No joke. Once right now, as I'm doing this, I'm getting something going through the left side of my head and I'm getting nothing but clicking in the left side of my ear. I'm being broadcasted through right now by fucking Blair Hardy. So you're gonna pay for this. You come out of, you better stay in hiding, Hardy. You better stay in hiding, and this is no threat. You want to take my life? I do have a right to defend my life. You've already fucked my bloodline. You killed my mother, along with Billy Wooldridge. So you better stay in hiding, and this is no threat. You want to be a little bitch boy, little coward, and sit back and use this on me? Being surveillance for them? Clicking buttons all fucking day? While injuring me and broadcasting through me, you psychotic lowlife? You have no life. You are a parasite, garbage piece of shit. I'm calling names because I'm being turned into somebody that can hardly think or talk. You want to turn me hateful? That's the whole purpose of this, to turn me hateful, to turn me into somebody that I'm not, because you are all fucking losers and garbage. Every last one of you, look in the mirror. Open your damn junky eyes and look in the mirror, all you lowlives that are doing this to me. Because every one of you are guilty of ending a bloodline for O.P.P purposes. Jabin Alstein, you two-step gimp. Every time you broadcast through me, I smell nothing but shit around me because you stink so damn bad and probably have not showered and bathed in 40 fucking years. You are a serious pig in every way, shape, and form. Billy Wooldridge shits himself. He still wears diapers and sucks his thumb, the inbred garbage. And Blair Hardy is also inbred too. That's probably another reason why you are such psychotics. The inbreeding messed you up. My body's been split in half. I'm getting broadcasted through on each damn side. I'm being used like a fucking robot. So, time's been bought. Time's bought. You kept me from help for just long enough to do this to me, but if anything more else happens to me, it will not be self-harm. It will not be suicide. It will be homicide, and it is 100% Spencer Mills, Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police. He has to take the blame and fall for everything and everybody that's committing these crimes if nobody else is touchable or arrestable, including being sued. I have to lose my life and my memories and everything so they can have sex with children so they can get away with their crimes on me. Everything that's happened to me from day one, 100%. Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police, Spencer Mills, 14716. He's a serial killing cop. Love all, hate none. Any questions, throw a comment down below. Hit the like, share, subscribe, especially the share because this is very serious and important. I know I've been cursing a little bit, but at the same time, I am being seriously injured and there's nothing I can do about this, especially when I was fully consciousness. I was fully conscious before all of this happened in every way, shape, and form. Consciously conscious and awake and aware. I had awareness of every thought. I had awareness and was consciousness of every movement I would make. So you completely, my skull has been deformed. I've probably lost about 3 inches off of my skull, and I can damn well prove it. I'm being carved out from the inside for these bastards to live through me and basically clone me and change me to them so I can take a fall for these fucking sex offenders who give O.P.P blowjobs and orders. This has nothing to do with hate towards police either. This is about these bastards committing these crimes here in Napanee and getting away with it, especially ending entire fucking bloodlines and using your little junkies to do it. Chris Wood, not Blair Hardy, not Tyler Lake, not Jabin Alstein, not Billy Wooldridge, you delusional garbage. Chris Wood. Love all, hate none. Anybody in Napanee, watch yourselves, watch your children, because, like I said, they are involved with child sex slavery, trafficking, and pedophilia. and they are using R&M on their victims, especially children and adults. This is how they are trafficking their victims. There is more than one way to do this. It's not just the presumed way either, and it's not just it's a genderless and ageless crime. Okay, I'm going on an hour of being on here. I hope everybody has a good day. Remember, identity thefts can happen. They are happening. I have proof of it. I am proof of it. So be aware. And it is being done through police and military tech. They are guilty of domestic terrorism.